I start, I would like to ask a question. Is anyone in this room never been criticized in their life? Anyone? No? Not a single hand? Wow, lucky you! Please see me after the talk. I need to know the secrets. But most of us, we've been told that we are not capable enough at some point in our life, right? And before I dive in, I would like to talk about what criticism really is. Criticism can help us grow or it can hold us back. It all depends on its nature and also the way how it's delivered. Constructive criticism they aim to support us and also to improve us. However, the destructive criticism does the opposite. Destructive criticism, it undermines, discourages, and damages our confidence. And today, our focus is on the kind of criticism that harms rather than helps. Destructive criticism activates our fight or flight response because our brain interprets it as a threat and it's simply trying to protect us. Destructive criticism puts us under stress, and that stress shuts down our ability to think clearly. Criticism can target who we are, how we look, what we think, what we decide, and what we do. People criticize for many reasons. For instance, fear, envy, misinformation, or simply projecting their own insecurity onto us, and they might claim it's for our own good. Yet, when someone truly cares, doesn't stop at criticism and leave you drowning in self-doubt. They will support you, guide you, and help you to improve. Their criticism feels different because its intention is different. Some of you might think that criticism is unavoidable and that facing it won't be a matter, it's not a big deal. But I think the same before. But that's not how it works when everyone starts criticizing the same decision that you have been made, each for a different reason. This happened when I was deciding on my college major. I decided to pursue a law degree, but the moment people around me found out, the criticism began. Everyone starts criticize me. They said, I don't think you quite suit law. Your personality doesn't fit being a lawyer. I don't think that you will manage to complete a law degree. Everyone has their own opinion, and that moment and that period, I was flooded with their destructive criticism. I was supported by a handful of people, but the thing is, it's easier to drag someone down than to lift them up. So at first I was trying to ignore them and just being strong and ignore them. But the thing is, when the criticism became overwhelming, I started to doubt myself too. Their voices start echoing in my mind and I couldn't escape them. Perhaps this is the first obstacle I have faced in my path to pursuing law. So I was trying to not reacting emotionally, but to think rationally, to think with logic, that I think few questions. First, Are they telling the truth? So for example, I'm not good at English. Is that true? Well, there's always room to improve. Second, does it matter to what I want to achieve? Yes. Third, how can I overcome it? Well, I need to understand exactly what I wasn't good at, speaking, listening, writing, or reading, and make a plan to improve it. Continuing my reflection, if I hadn't tried law, the probability of graduating from a law degree would have been 0. But if I try, it would increase to 50%. But what if I fail the exam? I could always resit. That's not the end of the world. Just because that they couldn't persuade me, does it mean that they fail in their life? Of course not. A single mistake and failure is never the whole story, and this principle applies to me too. Every single mistake you make is a learning point. Mistakes are stepping stones on the path to success. Only people who doesn't give up in the face of challenges deserve the fruits of their hard work. Take the example of the Wright brothers who invented the airplane. I understand that it may be hard for people in the past to believe that years ago we'll have a transport that able to carry people through the air. Some even mock them in the news. Yet they didn't give up. If they had, we might still be far behind in the evolution of transportation today. Their experience, their stories shows us that persistence can overcome external doubt. But what about the limits we put on ourselves? That's where the flea experiments comes in. Scientists put fleas inside a small jar low enough the fleas could jump out easily. But when the lid was placed on the jar, the fleas will only jump up to the lid, but never higher. When eventually even the lid was removed by the scientists, the fleas never jump out. Why? Because they have been conditioned to believe that they couldn't escape. And that's exactly how we often put limits on ourselves. Others and our own fear will make us believe that we are not capable. But these limits aren't real. These are like an imaginary limit created by doubts and expectation. Here's the good news. You can break through them. Because the only thing holding you back is what you believe. Don't wait for things to happen, but take action to change your situation. Success doesn't come by chance. Success comes from effort. No one naturally knows everything without learning. So, if next time anyone tells you that you are not capable, you can't do it, remember, the only limits matter are the ones you accept. So take the leap, break through the imaginary limits, and create your own path. You are far more capable and full of potential than you realize. Step forward and step in your potential. Thank you.